know you can. A no doesn't become a yes over time, you know.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mesd. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
It was one of them. I know it.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast...
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Huh, this again.
One by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mesd. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Murder most foul, and I strongly
It
suspect
was one
you
of them.
know all about
I
it.
know it.
Did you put a knuckle in it? I'm
perhaps
trying to
you're
concentrate.
absolutely right.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and
How
if she
dare you
tries to
classify
run,
this
shoot
slop
to
as
kill.
food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
Murder
There's-
most foul.
There's nothing
and I
else I can
strongly
make,
suspect
Your
you know
Majesty.
all
Stefan
about it.
raises his eyebrows, but shakes his head at your...
Well, perhaps you're absolutely
Unacceptable.
right.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner.
Well, well, the lizard looks you... All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin. With...
Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, yes, well. On then to my final query. Have the very... So, 3 questions asked. As per your own testimony, you can cook and groom, but still, beggars can't be choosers. So I'll have you know that threat... Anyway, you may leave.
You think me mad?
Name?
Mad?
Well, you aren't here.
Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
Did you see the body?
Please, please,
A broad dwarf, he raises...
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
no doesn't become a yes over time, you know.
The ship, of course.
A wave of sound.
And?
How dare you classify this slop as food?
The fellow cocks it...
That isn't...
He cocks his ear.
That's all you hear, though. Listen, there now. Squid.
His eyes...
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, it's the burn. So you've eyes as well as ears, eh? Captain.
The dwarf leans...
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, Ghetto.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about...
don't care about us. We're like
Murder
cattle to
most
them.
foul. And I strongly suspect you know all about it.
One of us.
The elf is reading a volume of... He reaches... He sits back and returns to his book.
I am not... Oh, you have my... Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. I do not believe... It is... Tell me, what do you know of your... our world's history? Most unusual. No. This tech, where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others? Of course. Now please, run along. I have a world to...
No amount of pest...
Here's the register, man. You faring okay so far? I'm glad to hear. You head on it.
You put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate. Keep with those bolts trainers. And if she tries to run, shoot to kill. I'll give you that knuckle.
This again.
What on earth is the matter?
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Murder most foul.
Picking us off
And
one
I
by
strongly
one.
suspect you know all about it.
Just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up.
Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Keep with those bolts trained on her. And if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Murder most foul.
How
And I
dare
strongly
you
suspect
classify
you
this
know all
slop
about
as
it.
food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of
Well,
plague-stricken
perhaps you're
pigs.
absolutely right.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given. Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than your appetite.
Standing at the center of the room,
So you admit...
Yes, I...
she turns her...
There are other...
Good. You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you...
She reaches for her...
I'm just about...
Subdue him, men.
She smiles with...
Precise.
What's happened?
What happened? Water?
The lizards are... The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor. You hear a The Magister lies on the floor,
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards. God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick. hull.
You pass through the door. The skeleton is quick.
No, it catches
the skeleton.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton grows.
I know you're... Do you look at... No. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
The skeleton...
I am, and I will be Go on!
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. It doesn't budge. The door groans.
Something's breaking through. What in the hells are those things? I need to get out of here. Now! Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull! Damn it! I need to get off this wreck, and quick.
door was painted recently. You press your... It doesn't budge. The moment you touch the door
Something's breaking through. What in the hell's are those things? Deathfolk. I need to get out of here. Now! That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Gods. By divine grace, who...
He eyes the collar.
Another sorcerer! Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming. Curdled my blood when she appeared. Ship shook like a typhoon had struck, and then she was gone again. Look around. You see how that story ends? Nothing but sauce can do this. Your lies...
gods, I need to get off this ship. lifeboat. That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid.
The dwarf, yeah.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, there's a ladder.
You're gonna be the...
The Magister lies on the floor.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait. Voidwoken!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
They who are about to triumph salute you.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Into the dark with you.
No telling where there might be more. We need to move.
We make a pretty good team.
Let's not tarry. This old tub is about to burst.
I hear something. It's...
We need to wait.
Lords! That thing! There's no time. By the gods, I need to get off this ship.
Go on, kid.
That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs.
The dwarf.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, there's a ladder.
You're gonna be the death.
Get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait. Voidwoken!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
They who are about to triumph salute you.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
We make a...
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Gods! It's ripping the ship apart!
Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing. It's working. The press something within the ship snaps. Siwan struck.
Gods! It's ripping the ship apart!
I've danced with death before, but that was a particularly intimate waltz. I suppose I'm the lone survivor. How jolly.
The child has a small mirror in his hand.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves. Pa told me elves and lizards and dwarves bring... I guess I'm...
The child's...
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. No one cares where I go. They know I can't... But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safe. You'll see. I guess I am. You can stay out here with...
Brachus Rex, ruler to some, tyrant to others, long dead to all. Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
You spot us? Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with a graceful ease.
No, I do not. Then again, I don't belong to the House of Dreams. I'm a prince of the House of War. A house you seem to be all too familiar with, judging by that rather fetching mark on your cheek. I have not. But how fortuitous it is indeed for a slave girl to walk on by and confirm a dreamer's presence on this isle. Now that you've served your purpose, though, you and I have a problem. You've clearly relinquished your duties by running away from your rightful master, a crime punishable by death. No, I suppose they don't. Which is why I've no intention of carrying out the death sentence that I should. Besides, you did come back for me and all those others on a sinking ship after all. What do you say we bury the hatchet, you and I? For now, at least. Good, very good. I'm glad you're being so sensible. Glad I can return to my ruminations.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Judging by the dark pools that are your eyes, I'd say you're seeing yourself.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. I already told you I'm a prince. Do you mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Well, more's the damn pity, isn't it? For I am the Red Prince, the all-conquer... Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. This and that. Tag along. Do you really mean to compare the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix? On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. Fine. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Most likely the same chap you're looking for. Promise me we'll find him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, very well. Onwards
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, My Lord. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it.
junk.
A black cat. A herald of wisdom in my homeland. How fortuitous.
Hey, mister. I'm sure glad some of the others made... I never want to set foot on a stuffy old boat ever again. Ever again. Never.
Rubbish.
I know nothing of any murders. We already...
I told him at noon exactly. Didn't I?
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue just to this road.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
Come on then, Legsy. Hey up.
Dear one, help me teach this beast. He must respect.
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you gotta make this so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you.
Who in their right mind would think of a thing like this?
Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection, no exceptions. Especially not for elves.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp. I ain't gonna say it again. Pay what you owe.
No, never.
If you want her, you'll have to get through me first.
You elves always want to do it the hard way.
Stefan rolls his sleeves back down and casually wipes some blood from his cheek. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Could have used some help back there, I'll tell you that. But all's well that ends well. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours. He grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job. The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. Two heads are better than one, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right? Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands. Ah, I knew there was a kinship of sorts about you. Same trade, different masters it looks like. If you're willing, we could work well together. Why not help each other?
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills, can do. Onwards.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are.
Another giant speaks. No, never. I will pay it no notice. One of its troop has an air.
fine winker. Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
Our Father, who presideth over us all.
That's it. I call court. Pay up.
What of it?
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
I am a proud loyal to the Order. I would not dream of subverting our cause.
Your godwork has asked you a question.
I wonder where this leads.
You walk up to a skeleton unlike any you have ever seen before. His skull seems to be carved into intricate patterns with a gemstone sitting in the middle of his forehead. Approaching, you hear a profane rumble from the undead beast.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation! That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor? Ah! No! Stay back! Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected. Oh, yes. An exceptionally common, but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face. A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool. I could then
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration.
Carved? You have never seen... Simply put, indeed, at least from this realm. As for the others... I suppose, circumstance... You seem more... Excellent. While we are Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality. But being a brilliant... I could do that with one hand. Splendid. Very well.